Well, I wanted to give you a sneak peek of my custom benchtop router table that I made, so let's check it out. It uses this specialty plywood. It's actually Baltic birch plywood. It's got maybe 13 or 14 layers on there, and it's coated with this black phenolic substance, so it doesn't require painting or other finishing, so that saves me some time doing projects like this, and just has a really neat look to it. I get it from Maker Stock out of Salt Lake City, but you know they're on Amazon now, so they'll ship right to you. One limitation is the biggest panel they'll ship is a quarter sheet of plywood, so approximately 24 by 48. So if that's big enough for your project, it's definitely worth a look. I'll put a link down below if you want to check them out. I actually use 3 different products from them. One is a hex ply that has a little texture to it, so that's perfect for the feet on the bottom of my router tables to keep them from scooting around on my bench. But they also have the standard phenolic coating, which has kind of a black matte finish. Or I'll even get 1/2-inch Baltic birch from them to laminate 2 sheets together to form tops for my router table. This is a full inch thick, and I've just added my own black Formica. All right, we'll get that sandwiched together and clamped up. Baltic birch is actually a bit of a luxury. I'm usually using shop ply, which is not even cabinet grade ply. It's got all kinds of open voids, but you don't have to deal with that nonsense on this stuff. I only had 2 concerns about working with this phenolic plywood. Kind of goes back to using solid phenolic, which I've used to make, inserts for my table saw. And that was a little fussy to work with. So I was wondering, is this stuff like melamine where it kind of chips out at the table saw, or what should I expect? And no, it actually mills really nice, and I didn't even swap out for a high tooth count at the table saw. I just used my typical 40 tooth or 50 tooth general purpose blades. Now, of course, they're carbide blades I could use for any woodworking project, but really no special blades required there, so I was quite pleased with that. I do have a couple quick favors to ask of you. If you enjoy router table content, you want to see more videos like this, give me a quick thumbs up, and please do subscribe to The Thoughtful Woodworker. And I had tons of routing to do to ease the edges of these shapes and cutouts, and I wondered if I'd get a little chip out along the edges there, but actually it worked quite well. I just used a compact trim router. I did select one with an oversized base just for a little extra support, but otherwise, real typical tooling for this project. All right, I'll pull this one down to show you some of the other versions, but this is a labor of love, guys. Did you hit the thumbs up button yet? I even made this custom router table fence with sliding subfaces, so you can get as fancy as you want with it, but it's pretty neat material to work with. Plus, I recessed some T-track into the top and fence here, so I can use some of my favorite feather boards and accessories. And my other concern was just cost. When you pay for the convenience of a handy panel or some specialty product like this, it can get a little expensive, but actually, here's what I learned. I tried not only this style of router table, but a couple of different versions. Another one was in the black phenolic, but some of them were just in paint grade finish. And by the time you set up an impromptu spray booth and go out and buy some primer and paint and all your gear for that, I tell you what, the cost is pretty much a break even. So while a quarter sheet of standard shop grade ply might only run you 20 or 30 bucks, you got to ask yourself, how much is the primer? How much is the paint? It all adds up. Phenolic version number 2. I can't give all the secrets away, but basically this is an enclosed base. It's got a really cool design, and it's a super sturdy router table. It looks pretty cool too with those handhold cutouts. Now, the other version I call an X-leg base, and this one's more of a K-leg design for obvious reasons, but this one, instead of doing a custom fence, I used a metal extruded fence from Trend, and that's one of my absolute favorite fences on the market. They have it for a full-size router table or a smaller router table, but both of these phenolic versions use that hex ply on the bottom for a little extra traction. Just so nice. And I made all the versions so you could easily clamp them down to your workbench. Is that a router lift and a portable router table? Yeah, buddy. Painted version with the X legs, and a painted version with the K leg base. So those are some things I've been working on in the shop lately, and feel free to drop me a comment if you have thoughts on this, or maybe you just want to say I'm bat guano crazy for putting a lift in a portable router table. I'd have trouble arguing with you, but still, it makes a nice portable router table. Do drop down to the description box because you'll find links to some of the things we looked at today, like this Maker Stock black phenolic plywood. It's a really fun product to use, so do consider subscribing to The Thoughtful Woodworker. I'd love to have you on board. And you'll want to make sure to up your subscription for Popular Woodworking to look for these projects in the future.